And with the pregame niceties almost completed, we welcome you to Villages Soccer, live from the Villages Polo Grounds here in beautiful Villages, Florida. The Villages look to continue on their winning ways as they've won their last two games. A 6-0 and 8-3, respectfully, outcomes. They take on IMG Academy tonight. IMG, who has a record of 2-2-1. They've got 7 points in the standings right now, just 1 point in front of the Villages, whose last 2 wins were their first 2 wins of the season, as they sit at 6 points. Be an important game here for the Villages to maybe leapfrog IMG and get themselves closer to one of those coveted 2 playoff spots here in the Southeast Division. Maybe I should knock on wood, but it looks like we're going to dodge the raindrops here over the next couple hours, which would be beneficial for all of us soccer fans down here in the Villages. Again, appreciate you joining us here this evening for our live broadcast. IMG looks like they'll kick off. Bernard Yaboa over top of it, waiting for the officials' instructions to get this game underway. Checks with his ARs, and we're ready to go. Yaboa. IMG going left to right. Wesley Pereira now around midfield will lay the ball off. Danilo Gias, Iago Lopez. Roberto de Lima comes back to receive. Plays out wide. De Lima. Do a channel there. Yaboa lays the ball off. Out wide on the right. I believe that's Carbone. That's punched high in the air by Luchinsky. Bounces around. Gabriel Torres. Ball whipped across. Pereira with the head out. Willen Höppner. Höppner still on it. But now that's cut out. Torres gets it, lays it off. De Lima cuts back. Works towards the middle, wants to play long, does. Great switch there. Paco Thomas. Faced up, lays the ball to the middle. Left-footed strike. Oh, just wide. Stephen Bannock in goal for IMG. Take the goal kick. Bannock goes long. Yaboa heads that ball in, but Gias gets the ball out. Yaboa looks to be the target striker. Ball turned over. Now Gabriel Torres will carry. Gives it away. all the way back. Stephen Bannock. Bannock now out wide. Patrick Kilber. Joaquin Pelfo lays the ball down to Moriarty. Hamuda turns it over. It's kept in by IMG. Now into the center of the field. Now laid off. Palufo creating some problems out here wide. Palufo now over top of it. Get some space out wide. Closed down by Torres. Heitor DeMello takes no chances and just deposits it out of play. Now Palufo again. Joaquin Palufo on the throw. He's going to try to go long. Does. Good throw by him into the box. Moriarty challenges for it. Carlos Jr. over top of it. Tries to go over the top. Headed away by Angel Freires. Now all the way back to Stephen Bannock. Bannock, who originally looked to play short. Now I'll ask everybody to go long, and he'll put his right foot through it. He does. Plays long. Yarboa, the target. Gabriel Torres now down the line. Carlos Jr. wins that challenge. But Moriarty now stuck in. Oh, dangerous challenge. Oh, that call goes against the Villages. Like Moriarty looked like he went in. Like he collected Wilden Höppner, and the call went against Höppner. Moriarty looks like he's injured his hand. Wilden Höppner and Carlos Araujo asking for an explanation, and not sure that they're going to be happy with the one they received. Nor should they be. Like a reckless challenge. By Logan Moriarty, who got the worst of it, but in the end, the foul was called against the Villages. IMG will possess here on a free kick. Pereira tries to win that header. IMG, though, maintains possession. Now the Villages look to attack quickly on the counter. Paco Thomas, the intended target of that ball. Villages claiming that ball went out of play. No call there. IMG continues on. And they look to get wide. And they do. Ball out on the left wing. Whipped in off the left foot. Hamuda was there. But it was cut out. But only momentarily out of danger. And that ball into the box. Headed there by Iago Lopez. It goes out of play for a corner kick. Looks like Matthew Leasehold will go over to take the corner. Right-footed. Little in-swinger coming. Oh, Luchinski commits. Gets his fist through it, but the foul was called anyhow. Luchinski plays short here. Lopez. Pereira bounce it back and forth. It's on Lopez, now back to Wesley Pereira. Gabriel Torres wants it. Oy. There you go. The foul was whistled on number 28, Joaquin Palufo. Gabriel Torres wanted that ball out here on the left wing. Roberto de Lima now pulls back, gets to the middle of the field. Yarboa tries to impede his progress, can't get to it. Well taken. Wesley Pereira and Yarboa battle for it. Yarboa gets it. IMG will just reset with possession. Gianluca Carbone gave chase out wide. Lopez just plays long. With hands in the back there on Mathieu LaRue, but no call. Danilo Gias. Take the throw. Paco Thomas. De Lima tries to find Willen Höppner. Wesley Pereira now out wide. Ball whipped in. Araujo. That ball is headed away at the last moment. Looked like Ian McCauley got his head on it, which took what would have been the best scoring opportunity of the game away from the Villages. Great defensive play there in front of the goal. I believe that was Ian McCauley. Carlos Araujo had that one measured for the back of the net, but the center back stepped in and did his job. Got enough of it. Araujo gives the thumbs up, says keep it coming. That ball held up in the wind. Ball's going to bounce. Luchinski calls everybody off. Plays short with Iago Lopez out of the back. Danilo Gias and Lopez. Antonio Calachi. The Villages throw. Roberto de Lima just plays the ball over his head, gets it back, but then turns it right back over. Höppner wins that, got a little pace, gets himself into some space. One more touch, maybe one touch too many. That ball clatters off, waiting for a ruling, and the official says that's going to be a goal kick. Willen Höppner. And create something out of nothing there. Bannock. Right foot through the ball. Pereira. Torres. Good turn by De Lima. And De Lima. That ball sprayed out wide. Good tackle there Freres. Paco Thomas, long ball in. Araujo in the box. Just a little too far for him. Goes harmlessly out of play for a goal kick. But again, all the action on one side of the field right now. Bannock goes short with this goal kick. LaRue offers chase. Paco Thomas beats his man. Tries to beat Moriarty, can't. Moriarty picks that ball off. Colachi, foot up high there by Wesley Pereira. The official shows the yellow there. Wesley Pereira will play the rest of this game sitting on a yellow. Angel Ferris. Let's get this ball into the box. Hit it out. Now De Lima plays longer. Araujo to turn. Gets it to Mathieu Leroux. Mathieu Leroux. Oh, right foot off the post. Mathieu Leroux with the opportunity to break the deadlock, but finds the woodwork instead. But again, the Villages, all one-way traffic at this moment. Now Araujo checks back to the ball. Looks up, find a teammate. Danilo Gias working out wide on the right. Earns a Villages throw. Ball into the box. Paco Thomas stays on his feet. Ball whipped in off the left foot, but cleared out of play. Or excuse me, cleared out of the box. Iago Lopez will come get it. Heitor de Mello. Now Heitor de Mello. He's got a little time. He's got a little space. He'll carry. Torres making that big run. Doesn't get it. Höppner instead. Höppner chips in. What a great ball. Oh, Mathieu Leroux. Whistle for the push in the back. Höppner, though, showing he can be dangerous. Both with the ball at his feet and then playing balls off. Balufo with the ball. Great tackle there by Heitor de Mello, taking that ball right off the foot of Matthew Leasehold. Oh, no foul there. Hamuda still on it, left foot. Oh, across the face of goal. Dangerous ball there. Luchinsky. Carlos Araujo will go to it. Misjudges his jump. Now that ball in the middle. Yarboa tries to bring it down. Can't. But IMG still possesses. Now that ball tries to get back into the middle. Hamuda. Referee says goal kick. Hashim Hamuda has looked dangerous here in the last couple of moments for IMG. Flicked on by Paco Thomas. Thomas now brings it down out of the air. Can he keep it? Bannock. Leaseholt comes all the way back into the box to get it. Now to Kibler. Balufo. Ball into Yarboa. Yarboa wants to turn, but he holds it up instead. Always got Yago Lopez face up, and Lopez wins that challenge. Joaquin Palufo will take this throw. Plays to Hamuda. Hamuda. Turn towards the end line, lays it back. The attempted turn there, but it goes out of play. That comes off of Gabriel Torres. Oh, that throw. Hamuda left alone. Hamuda lays it across. That ball dangerous for a moment. De Lima to Carlos Araujo. Good take for him. Lays it back down. Höppner. Höppner now has got some space in front of him. That ball out. Paco Thomas. Paco Thomas. Höppner continues his run. Breaks it off. Thomas on the left foot. Straight at the goalkeeper. But the counterattack dangerous. Now Hamuda back on it for IMG. He'll spray it wide. Headed away just for a moment. Now Angel Freires on it. Freires. Thomas once again. De Lima. Into Höppner. Willen Höppner. To De Lima. De Lima. Mathieu Leroux. His first touch gets away from him, and IMG regains possession. Moriarty comes out wide here. Joaquin Palufo. That ball cut out. Carlos Jr. Carlos Jr. the chip. Can Mathieu Leroux get there? Not initially. Ian McCulley and him jockey for position, and Ian McCulley wins that battle. It goes out of play for a goal kick. Bannock tries to get that one off quickly, but apparently the ball was still moving. And Joaquin Palufo will play it back to him. Bannock, right foot through the ball. Pereira goes up and wins that. Willen Höppner got some pressure on him. It's pulled away. Höppner wins it back. Oh, and then gives it away just in front of the Village's bench. Hashim Hamuda plays it in. Patrick Kibler to Ian McCulley. And McCulley will go route one. Yarboa. Whistle for the foul on Aitor de Mello. Roberto de Lima gets it started. Now Yago Lopez. Lopez plays long. McCulley cuts that out. Moriarty gets the ball back. Down to McCulley. McCulley just put his right foot into it and turned that ball over to the Villages. Höppner. Once again, his activity has paid dividends throughout this first half. There, he wins that ball back for the Villages. Now De Lima. That ball, no one in particular. Moriarty tries to beat Lopez. That long through ball, it doesn't happen. Now Paco Thomas. De Lima back on it. Araujo to Pereira. Now De Lima. That ball, again, not good enough. Ian McCauley now. Center back for IMG. We'll get it started. Angel Ferris. Ball on his left foot. IMG doesn't mind being a little patient here. A long run there by Palufo, but that ball runs away from him. Goes out of play for a Villages throw-in. Gabriel Torres into Willen Höppner. Lays it down to Heitor de Mello. Now in front of Lucensky. Bernard Yarboa offers token pressure there. Willen Höppner keeps it in play. Again. Now Hamuda gets that ball in. Yarboa unable to win that one. But the Villages play it out for a throw-in. Joaquin Palufo plays into Bernard Yarboa, but it's an illegal throw. All right, once that gets sorted out, ball thrown in. Now Moriarty turns it over. Mathieu Leroux has got a little room in front of him. Araujo making the diagonal run. He sprays it wide for Paco Thomas. Paco Thomas can't keep it in play. A little miscommunication there between the two strikers, as Araujo wanted it in front, but instead Leroux played it out wide. And unfortunately, that ball not good enough, and it's turned over to IMG. IMG now will start from the back. Stephen Bannock wastes that possession, turns it right back over to the Villages. Now Pereira and Gias. Now De Lima. Torres making that gallivanting run out wide on the left. He has to check back in. De Mello, De Lima, Araujo. Now Pereira. Pereira finds Araujo. Araujo one times it, tries to get into the middle of the field. It's cut out for a second. Roberto De Lima brings it down. Left foot by Paco Thomas. In the end, never puts a scare into Bannock. But that one-touch passing for the Villages has to have Anderson da Silva and company pretty excited. Now Stephen Bannock on the goal kick. Puts a big right foot in it. That ball beats everybody for a moment. Heitor de Mello can't keep it in play. Palufo turns that ball over. De Lima. Now he's got Höppner. Höppner looks like he's going to take on. He does. Left foot. Tries to get it across. Patrick Kibler equal to the task, but it does create a corner kick opportunity for the Villages. Roberto De Lima takes over the responsibility from Willen Höppner. De Lima. De Lima. That's a long ball to the back post. Headed down. Oh, Bannock gets his hand to it. I believe that was Carlos Jr. who had won that in the air. Now Roberto De Lima will do it again. Paco Thomas, Carlos Araujo, Carlos Jr. The targets here. That ball whipped in. That's a great ball. I think that touched 3 Villages players till it's out. Danilo Gias, one touch. Now out to Iago Lopez. Danger still a front here for the Villages. Then a poor ball there that goes out of play for a goal kick. But another opportunity for the Villages, in which they've had the majority of them here in the first half. That ball to the middle. IMG on it. Continues on. Bernard Yarboa. Oh, the push. And the referee says he's not going for the dive. Just awards the throw-in. Long switch here to Palufo. Palufo brings it down nicely. Hamuda and DeMello. Hamuda gets the better there. Another IMG throw. Palufo, big throw there. Wesley Pereira gets ahead to it, and that ball goes out of play. It'll be a corner kick here for IMG. Carbone with the header. Oh, across face of the goal. That ball cleared out. A dangerous spot. Freres, Angel Freres on the left foot there. Gianluca Carbone with the corner kick that started all of it. Then the ball headed across the face of goal. Cleared out. And Angel Freres put a scare into everybody in the building there with that left-footed strike. But the scoreboard remains unchanged. Carlos Jr. using his body well. Carlos Jr. wins that. Now that ball in. Mathieu Leroux. Mathieu Leroux off the left foot. He's had 2 opportunities that you'd think that at least one of them would have been good enough. But we remain tied at 0. Palufo. Gibbler goes long. That ball over the head of Yarboa. Torres. Gabriel Torres goes it alone. Now looks to switch the ball long. Can it beat Freres? It does. Oh, great touch there by Paco Thomas. Frees Danilo Gias. Danilo Gias now beats his man. Gias, that ball whipped across. Carlos Araujo gets ahead on it. But his body was positioned the wrong way. He ends up heading it away from danger more than towards more danger. Now the counterattack. That ball whipped across. Yarboa is there, but so is DeMello. Aitor DeMello wins that ball. Now this game gets a tad bit stretched, much to the liking of all the fans in attendance. And on top of that, the sun's out. Well, that ball laid off. Yarboa, beats Gias. Yarboa still on it. He's got 2 men in front of him. Yarboa does the work all by himself and then wastes the opportunity. As he had Joaquin Palufo standing on the back post all by himself. But Yarboa had done the yeoman's work. Wanted to see his name in lights. Lucensky plays long. Höppner. Carlos Jr., whose physicality pays off there. That ball laid on. There it is. Paco Thomas. The goal for the Villages. Great ball won by Carlos Jr. with his size, strength, his physicality, and then the clever through ball into Paco Thomas, who finally changes the scoreboard here at the Villages Polo Ground. The score now, the Villages Buffalo 1, IMG 0. Great work there. Little combination play between Höppner and Araujo. And Araujo playing that ball in onto Thomas. What a well-weighted ball. Such an advantage when a target striker can come back just short of midfield and then play one of your mids or one of your wingers into the box with a well-weighted ball like that. All that was left for Thomas to do was to slot that past Stephen Bannock, and he did so. Once again, that brings our score line to the Villages 1, IMG 0. Torres. Roberto de Lima on it now. Turns. Clever little turn there. Works the ball forward. Carlos Araujo now feeling it as he keeps coming back about to the midfield stripe, wanting the ball. That ball goes all the way back to Igor Lucensky. Touch there. Gets away from him, and he just plays it long and out of play. Ian McCauley all the way back now. Stephen Bannock. Back on to Bannock. IMG now looking to possess for a little bit, and then they decide to go long. That's a good ball. Oh, whip back in on the left foot. DeMello only gets it out for a moment. Now that ball falls. Bit of nerves in that moment for the Villages. Palufo comes and gets it here. He's been active in this first half. Patrick Kibler. Now Moriarty looks to turn, but Höppner won't let him. That ball gets through. Leaseholt wasn't expecting it to. Lucensky lets it ride between his legs there as the ball goes out for a goal kick. Höppner flicks it on. Araujo now. Again, his size and strength. Certainly difficult to handle. Höppner. Thomas off the left foot. That's right at Stephen Bannock. Paco Thomas, who had Danilo Gias making the run down the right decided he's going to have a crack at it. Found the hands of Stephen Bannock instead. That ball out here on the right now. Hamuda, who had a couple moments earlier in this first half. Been rather quiet since then. Now this ball here, one away. De Lima back on it now. De Lima to Pereira on the half turn. Gets it over to Gias. Now Gias. Willen Höppner, again, his work rate here has been quite impressive in the first half. DeMello and Torres bounce it back and forth a little bit, and then goes all the way back to Lucensky. Now, Thiago Lopez, Lucensky on his left foot. Let's go to the middle of the field. Leaseholt can't win it. Carlos Araujo, a little too strong there for Kibler. Now Gias out wide on the right. Gias lays it down. Araujo tries to cut back. A little too much work to do there in front of the box. Lucensky's got a long way to go. He gets there and puts his right foot into it and gets that ball out of play. Ian McCauley. Now Leaseholt. Leaseholt over to Balufo. That ball bypasses McCauley. Goes all the way to Ferris. Ferris now to Yarboa. Yarboa, who had a moment earlier in which he took on 3 or 4 Villages, Buffaloes, and had an opportunity at goal. He's whistled for a foul there. Or that ball goes out of play for a throw in. Oh, that is a foul. The ball's on the ground. Thiago Lopez goes long here. Falls to the feet of Danilo Gias. Gias out here. Wide on the right. Passes on Araujo. Thomas looks for the long switch. Gabriel Torres. Gabriel Torres touches beyond. Beats one, beats two. Now Höppner. Höppner out here on the left. Höppner back into Torres. Torres off the left foot. That's cut out before it ever gets to the keeper. And now Hamuda and IMG look to counter. Gabriel Torres, a cynical challenge there, but no card. IMG's coaching staff asking for one, but they don't get it. Palufo instead. And Leaseholt, now Hamuda. Hamuda looks to back heel. Wesley Pereira is there. Ooh, Leaseholt gets himself a little space to lay that ball across the front of the goal. The Villages get it clear. Mathieu Leroux wins that ball. That ball goes. IMG throw. Ian McCauley. Yarboa lays the ball back. Angel Ferris. Palufa. Kibler. Ball into the middle. That's cleared out. Kibler and Araujo. Araujo just stands there. But his size certainly is an impedance to Patrick Kibler, who went down, and the IMG coaching staff asking for a yellow card there. Angel Ferris tries to play Yarboa down into the corner. Paco Thomas challenging for that header. It goes out of play, and that's going to be a Villages throw. Danilo Gias waits for a ball, and he'll take the throw. Paco Thomas heads it forward, as does LaRue. Now Mathieu LaRue with Macaulay on his back. Macaulay wins that challenge. Now Macaulay looks to go long. Yarboa the only possible target up there, but Yago Lopez heads it back. That tackled away. Now here comes Höppner. Höppner again. His pace, his work rate. Höppner. Oi! Huge foul there. Big tackle. That is a nothing. Höppner still down. It's a big collision there. The referee rules that he got a piece of the ball, and then the ball ended up deflecting off of Willem Höppner and went out of play for a goal kick. To add insult to injury, he didn't even win a corner on that. But Höppner's been extremely active. It looks like he's got a different gear when he decides to turn it on. Willem Höppner up and moving off the field under his own power. It's good to see. Stephen Bannock. Joaquin Palufo. Let's play the ball into Matthew Leaseholt. Leaseholt, he's shielded off. Yago Lopez called the push on Matthew Leaseholt. So Willem Höppner checks back into the game. Carlos Araujo. So that ball's in the air on the way to Carlos Araujo. Whatever defender's in his way recognizes he's going to have his hands full. Carlos Araujo tries to sell a free kick there. Referee's not buying. Matter of fact, the referee is asking for all the players to separate and disperse as we get ready for halftime here. Carlos Araujo again continuing his conversation. Not sure if the AR speaks Portuguese or not, but he's offering some up. But what he offered up was a great slotted in through ball to Paco Thomas, which broke the deadlock and has the scoreline where it stands right now, 1-0. As the first half is in the books here at the Villages Polo Ground. IMG's had their opportunities, but in the end, the Villages have made the most of at least one of theirs, and right now they are 45 minutes away from collecting a very, very important 3 points, which would be their third win in a row. We'll come back for the second half of the Villages versus IMG, live from the Villages Polo Grounds here here in the Villages, Florida. As we get prepared for the second half kickoff here, live from the Polo Grounds in the Villages, Florida. Paco Thomas accounting for the goal. Assist by Carlos Jr. A well-weighted ball by him. A great finish by Thomas. The first half that was certainly entertaining for the fans on hand. Got stretched at moments, and both teams with opportunities. And as we recognize substitutions, I'll let you know. But as of this moment, it looks like business as usual for the Villages. IMG also looks like they've come out with the same lineup that they started the game with. De Lima gets it started. Höppner into Araujo. Araujo sends it out wide to the right. Gias and Pereira, now Pereira into Gias. Goes back, Yarboa offers up some pressure there. He and Yago Lopez come together, but that ball still forward. Oh, great ball. Mathieu Leroux got that thing started. Gias across the face of goal, and Leroux looked to pay that off, but misses the header wide. But great ball movement there. Danilo Gias works his way all the way to the end line, whips that ball in, and Mathieu Leroux, who's had 3 really good opportunities. Cheeky little backheel there by Gias. And now Paco Thomas, who's cut down there by Moriarty. Logan Moriarty shown a yellow card there after that tackle. Paco Thomas had gotten inside and beyond him. Fourth official and the IMG coaching staff in heavy conversation. Roberto de Lima, he's over top of this right now. Stephen Bannock calling out the instructions for the wall. De Lima, Thomas. A little set play there. De Lima cut down. There's no call there. Now Yarboa looks to break. Yago Lopez steps in, wins it for a moment. Gias now gets the ball forward. Leroux tries to poke that header beyond Ian McCauley. Roberto de Lima still down after that earlier challenge. After the set piece didn't work out. Actually, the referee showing him yellow. The referee is ruling simulation and gave him a yellow card. So now Roberto de Lima plays the rest of this game on a yellow. Ferris, Moriarty tries to get the ball forward, but Wesley Pereira cuts that out. Paco Thomas now out wide. Torres gets it back. Now that ball across the face of goal, but it's headed away just for a moment. Paco Thomas, the left foot, saved by Bannock. And it can't find the boot of a Villages Buffalo. IMG now looking to break. Gianluca Carbone. Now that ball out there. Oh, just touched by Lucensky. As Antonio Colacci had the attempt at goal. A little back and forth here between IMG and the Villages. Opportunities on both ends. A couple of saves made by both goalkeepers there to keep our score at 1-0 Villages. Gianluca Carbone goes all the way over to take this corner kick. Left-footed in-swinger. That ball rolling around dangerously. As Antonio Colacci had the opportunity there, but he blasts that well over the crossbar. Moriarty gets ahead to that. That ball popped forward. Stephen Bannock. Ooh. That ball comes off of Paco Thomas. Ian McCauley. Angel Ferris and McCauley now look to navigate these waters. Gets the ball over to Carbone. Iago Lopez wins it, but Carbone back on it. Tries to get it into Yarboa. Yarboa, his laydown is cut out. Now Mathieu Leroux. Gabriel Torres. Now Roberto de Lima. De Lima. That ball on the ground. Paco Thomas, he's got an overlapping runner. That's Danilo Gias. Gias lays it back down to Paco. Now you've got 2v1 here. Roberto de Lima and Moriarty. Oi. His tempers begin to flare there. Roberto de Lima, who's already on a yellow card, fell onto the ball, and Moriarty, who I believe is also on a yellow card. Paco Thomas now receives a yellow card. I'm sure at that moment for dissent. We're back into action here. Willen Höppner wins that ball. Höppner beats his man out wide. Now tries to get the ball in the middle. Misses Arujo, but it comes to Paco Thomas. Paco Thomas. Both benches now offering up suggestion. Fourth official now trying to take control of the situation. Moriarty on the ground. And the point being made by the Villages sideline is if Roberto de Lima got a card for simulation, then what about that one? Gias cuts in. Gias on the left foot. Stephen Bannock able to scurry over there and get to that before it gets beyond him. But this half not short of opportunities for either side. Bannock with the punt. It's a foul called there. Missed that. Leasehold. Ferris. That ball looked like it went out of play, but no whistle. Well, that's okay. Gias now. Gias has got a lot of running room. Almost left the ball there. Gias, that ball whipped across. Meets nobody. Again, the game's gotten quite intense and a tad bit scattered. That ball hammered. Gabriel Torres wins that. Oh, great turn by Paco Thomas. Setting up his man, unfortunately. Seemed to leave the ball behind a little bit. Falls to De Lima. Now Torres. Torres unleashes a left foot that never makes it into the box. But the Villages maintain possession. DeMello into the box. Stephen Bannock, the only one there for that. That ball won on the far end. So we're going to have a substitution here coming up for IMG in just a moment. Looks like Bay Downing will be checking into the game. Igor Luchensky will trap it and hold it. Kolachi offered some pressure. Now Luchensky mishits that punt. Hamuda. That ball to the middle. Kolachi had it for a moment. Now Paco Thomas. Paco Thomas holding it. Now over to Höppner. Höppner brings it down. Höppner and Hamuda on each other. Great run there by Torres. He's got Thomas. Paco Thomas cuts in on the inside. Paco Thomas on that left foot, bending just beyond. You see Paco Thomas likes it on that left foot. When he can cut in, looks like he's ready to do some damage there. Looks like it's going to be Carbone coming off. Gianluca Carbone's going to come off, and Bay Downing checking in for IMG. Wesley Pereira whistled for the foul. So there'll be another substitution momentarily here for IMG. It's Griffith Godsick. We'll check in. But Hamuda now. Hamuda with the ball out wide on the right. Whips that ball in. Danilo Gias gets a head through it. LaRue over to Höppner. Höppner. Carlos Araujo comes to help. Carlos Jr. now. That ball chipped in. Not good enough. But it's back on Araujo to now De Lima. De Lima lets it ride beyond him. Changes the angle. Cuts back inside. Moriarty. Paco Thomas can't get to it. That ball's turned over. Yarboa trying to flick on Kolachi. Chasing DeMello. And now DeMello looks up. They'll just play long. Höppner the flick in. Höppner. Araujo. Carlos Jr. with some room. Carlos Jr. Can he get himself enough space? That ball not nearly as well weighted as the one in the first half. That ball goes out of play for a goal kick. Griffith Godsick checking into the game here for IMG Academy. Looks like Heshim Hamuda is going to check off. Hamuda, who for moments in the first half was the most dangerous player on the field for IMG, he checks out, and Griffith Godsick will check in. Looks like they've Ferris looks to put that ball into the box. Luchinski calls everybody off of it. It's a good punt there. Carlos Araujo looking to find himself on the other end of that. Village's throw. That goes into the box. Looked over Höppner. Brings it back down. That ball in the box. Bay Downing just presses the emergency button and gets it out of play. Araujo shielding off. Keeping it in the box. Staying up. Laying it across. Paco Thomas. How that was kept out of the goal. But then a rebound. I believe that was Höppner. As it was. Willem Höppner, who's been dangerous all day. Finally capitalizing there and stretching this lead to 2-0. At 1-0, there have been some moments on the far end here that had Village's fans nervous, but Willem Höppner's goal now to go along with Paco Thomas's stretches the lead to 2-0. Bay Downing in the subsequent moments looking to get one back, but Yago Lopez gets it out of play. Our score now from the Village's Polo Ground, the Village's Florida, the Village's Buffalo 2, IMG 0. But credit to Carlos Araujo, who started all that with his hold-up play, then the turn, the ball across the face of goal in which Paco Thomas hammered, must have caught either the goalkeeper or defender's leg. It popped out, but Willem Höppner found himself in the right place at the right time and did the right thing with it. And the Villages enjoy a 2-0 lead at this moment. Pereira out wide here now. Now Thomas, Paco Thomas. He's got a man coming with him. That ball laid off to Gias. Well done, Gias. Gias drives it to the end line. Now it's laid back to the top of the box. Mathieu Leroux, who's had some really good looks at the goal today. Unable to bury that one as well. He's had some good looks. That one there, great overlap by Gias, and great ball played on by Paco Thomas. Now Moriarty with the Leaseholt all the way back to Bannock. Oh, that ball's turned over. Carlos Araujo, Carlos Jr. lays it back off. Höppner's pace, too much. Höppner, goal! Willen Höppner, his second of the game. Carlos Araujo's second assist of the game as well. That's a third for the Villages, who like to score in bunches. They've gotten 6. They've gotten 8, and right now they've tallied their third of the game here against IMG. Willen Höppner's second. Carlos Araujo with his second assist of the game. Ferris and Bay Downing now. Bay Downing, who's just recently checked into this game. Raul de Lima, he wins it. DeMello, outside of the left foot, looking for Carlos Jr. McCauley out here to Ferris. Moriarty and Ferris bounce it. Ferris looks to go long now. Oh, flicked on. Well done. Colaci into the box. DeMello takes no chances there and gets it out of play. Moriarty looks like he's going to set up for a long throw into the box as they're down by 3 goals now. Yarboa battling on the inside there, but it pops out now. Willen Höppner, who has the brace. Now Thomas. That ball in the air. Oh, Lucensky. Can't bring it down. That ball there. Ferris. Now Moriarty wants to go long. Bay Downing out here wide on the left side. He and Gias face to face. Gias rides him. And that ball looks like that ball's ruled that it went off of Danilo Gias. It's gone out of play here for a corner kick. Antonio Colaci. Oh, lays it down. Matthew Leaseholt. Colaci. Colaci, left foot into the box. Yarboa tries to bring it down. Lays it down now, but that ball's turned over. Gabriel Torres. Torres, well-timed ball. Carlos Araujo. He had Roberto de Lima streaking, but that ball's still in play. And then Torres over the crossbar, but Roberto de Lima would have had nothing left but a tap-in had that ball made it across to the back post. That counterattack was lethal. But the most important part wasn't done. Iago Lopez, now de Lima, flicks it on to Torres. Höppner. Carlos Araujo. That was well done, that ball. Balufo. But now Höppner. Höppner with that touch. Just can go by people easily. Just ran out of real estate towards the end line there. Yarboa now on it for IMG, looking to spray wide, but that's going to be cut out easily by Paco Thomas. Paco Thomas now has some room. Bay Downing looks to make up ground. De Lima pulls it back from him now. Thomas gave it up too easily. Now Bay Downing continues to carry Looks to play in Kolachi. Kolachi out wide. Kolachi and Danilo Gias face up. DeMello once again in the right place at the right time as those balls look dangerous floating around inside the box. Heitor DeMello's contributed a couple of those clearances here over the last few minutes. That ball laid off for Angel Ferris, but a little too far. Igor Luchensky now will take the goal kick. And the Villages staked to a very comfortable 3-0 lead at this point. Paco Thomas. Oh, the bicycle. When you're up 3-0, it's time to start contesting for style points. Ian McCauley now wants to go route one. Thomas over to Gias. Gias will just try to play long. Mathieu Leroux and McCauley combine. No call there. Both players still battling. Referee says play on. IMG looking to make another change here. Moriarty, that ball cut out by Gias. Gias now has a little space in front of him. Arujo comes to help. Lays off. De Lima, great turn there. He'll slow it down. Now Torres out wide. Back in to Carlos Jr. Carlos Jr. gives it up there to Kolachi. Kolachi has come back. Offer up some pressure. He's going to run away from Arujo there. Gets the ball into Yarboa. Can Yarboa do anything with it? He gets it out way wide. Now IMG looks to cut in. Kolachi the man there. But that ball put away. Ian McCauley. The header there. And Leaseholt touches it on to Ferris. Angel Ferris tried to play in the channel there to Yarboa, but that ball was poor. But IMG still with it. Moriarty. That ball. It's a Gottsick out wide. You could hear the ball from here. Now Bay Downing once again. He and Danilo Gias have gone at it a couple times here, out here on the left wing. A little overlap. Oh, that ball set up well. By Palufo, but strike not good enough. Looks like Moriarty's going to come off now. Logan Moriarty for Michael McCormick. Logan Moriarty's had an active day. Checks out. Michael McCormick comes in. Gias nods it down for Thomas. Paco Thomas now to Gias. Angel Ferris and Bay Downing offering up some defense there. They play it on back. Now Gias into the middle. Höppner. Höppner! That's a hat trick. And probably the best of the day. Willen Höppner's third goal. An absolute laser into the upper 90. Danilo Gias got that started here. Looks like some mass substitutions coming now. That's Bernard Yarboa. is coming off. James Mitchner coming on for IMG. And for the Villages, the first substitution, Micah Day is coming on. For Mathieu Leroux. Mathieu Leroux, though Höppner's got 3 goals on the day, Leroux has seen the front of that goal as much as anybody else, just has been unlucky as far as finishing is concerned. Hit the post in the first half and had one go wide off the left foot, and then had an opportunity in the second half that went over the crossbar. Certainly been involved in some great scoring opportunities here for the Villages today. That's their 4th goal, the 3rd one by Willem Höppner. Now Micah Day lays the ball down. Gias to Pereira and to Lima. Comes all the way back. Heitor de Mello. Micah Day worked all the way to the far end of the field. Now Bay Downing. Colaci makes that run, clear up some space by Leisholt. Another substitution coming on, T.C. Anderson. Checking in. He comes on for Patrick Kibler. Paco Thomas lays it down, nods it down for Danilo Gias. Pereira comes to help. Now into the middle. Araujo back to De Lima into the channel there, but that's cut out by IMG. They turn it back over. Iago Lopez all the way back to Lucinsky. Heitor de Mello. Great touch forward there. Carlos Araujo. Gabriel Torres now. And that ball heads all the way back to Bannock, who gets the ball forward. Colaci ridden off that ball now. Wesley Pereira. T.C. Anderson gets a piece of it, but it falls to the most dangerous man on the field tonight, and that's Willem Höppner. Willem Höppner fouled from behind. Joaquin Palufo, who's played well tonight, offering up some disagreements. Araujo just switches it over here. Danilo Gias. Wesley Pereira now, he'll switch it. Gabriel Torres. Ooh, Bay Downing, ball chipped over the top. Certainly on the path there of James Michener. But Igor Luchenski came out, certainly when needed. Araujo. Now Gias out wide here. Thomas, the ball long to Micah Day. Oh, brought down Höppner. Looking for that fourth. Banek plays long. Oh, that ball skips past Pereira. But Iago Lopez backing him up. DeMello. Torres. De Lima. That ball attempted for Paco Thomas. His feet get tangled up. Banek puts his right foot through it, trying to go long. Colaci and Pereira battle for that. Pereira wins it, but it goes out of play. Bay Downing in now to Colaci. Colaci. Oh, that's a great ball. Bay Downing to the end line. Goal kick. It's like some mass substitutions here. Paco Thomas coming off. Christopher Wilkinson. Heitor de Mello. Pereira. Torres, who's been dangerous all day. He's tackled. Jackie K is checked in for Heitor de Mello. That ball attempted for James Michener. Now another sub for the Villages. Now it looks like Wesley Pereira will come off. Unfortunately, don't have Christopher Wilkinson there. Can't keep the ball in play. Ball flick forward. Matthew Leaseholt. Now IMG. Ooh, Matthew Leaseholt and Jackie K get tied up there as that ball goes out of play for a goal kick. Luchenski plays long. Carlos Araujo, the target. Jackie K. Good tackle there. Oh. Godsick played it early. That ball out wide. Now IMG. Jackie K heads that ball clear. Down to Leaseholt. Oh, Leaseholt grabs a hold of Roberto de Lima's pants. And Leaseholt's going to get a yellow card. We're going to have another substitution here, this time the goalkeeper. Igor Luchinski coming out. Timothy McGlynn, excuse me. About 4 minutes left in this game. Bay Downing. Bay Downing's got some space. Kolachi. That ball's cut out. Offside's the call there. Kyle Nelson will be the latest Villages Buffalo to check in during the next break in play. McGlynn. Jackie K wins that ball in the air. Jackie plays long. Carlos Jr. up top will pull it down. Lay it back. And Jackie K once again. Now Leaseholt. Mitchner. Excuse me, that's Godsick. Now Leaseholt in the middle. Gabriel Torres shields off for the Villages throw-in. It's like Roberto de Lima is going to check out. Kyle Nelson will check in. Not much left in this one. As the Villages lead 4-0. An opening goal by Paco Thomas. And then in the second half, it was the Willen Höppner show. 3 goals for him in the second half, which extended the lead to 4-0, and that's where we stand now. Kolachi ridden off that ball. The foul whistled. Attempted to get to Bay Downing. Now Kyle Nelson, his first touch of the day. Jackie K will just put his foot through it. Stephen Bannock. And Jackie K again wins that ball in the air. Same song, second verse. That one's going to get over. Colaci and Jackie K wrestling. Lopez to Jackie K. Oh. And that calls whistled to go against the Villages. IMG will quick start it here. Bay Downing out on the left here. That ball gets back to the middle. Kyle Nelson chips it. IMG still on it though. That ball swung in. Colaci on it. That ball goes out of play. Ferris. That ball inside. Micah Day. That ball almost on Höppner. Was looking for that fourth goal. That ball off of Kyle Nelson's back. Yago Lopez able to track it down, keep it from going out for a corner kick. Chris Wilkinson, excuse me. That ball flicked on long. Ian McCauley lays it back to Stephen Bannock. Now to T.C. Anderson, who goes long here. But again, Jackie K not letting anything by him. Oh, that ball hit. And relatively speaking, that might have been their best opportunity here of the second half. Because they've been few and far between. This has been a second half dominated by the Villages. Buffalo. Three minutes of added time here in this second half. And then we'll put this win in the books. Bay Downing all by himself. Hits the post. That ball still kept out of the goal. Matthew Leaseholt, now that ball's still in play. Danilo Gias brings it down. It looked like IMG was going to pull one back. But the Villages got enough bodies in front of it to keep that ball out of the net. Jackie K heads away. Godsick into the middle. Back on to Godsick. Micah Day. And those three whistles also represent 3 points for your Villages Buffalo soccer team. Their third straight win in impressive fashion. A 4-0 victory over IMG Academy, avenging an earlier season loss. Paco Thomas opened the scoring in the first half and then the second half. Was a great performance by the Villages, and namely, in particular, Willen Höppner, as he netted 3 goals, had himself a hat trick in the second half, stretching the margin to 4-0, and another victory for the Villages Buffalo out here in their home opener. It's nice to open up the digs with a victory, an impressive one at that, one that avenges a loss earlier in the season, and one that pushes you closer to those top 2 spots inside the Southeastern Division, because that's where the playoffs will be made. So once again, for our staff, Stephen upstairs with the videotaping and streaming extraordinaire, and appreciate everybody here with the Villages Buffalo Soccer Club. We certainly celebrate this 4-0 win with you, and we look forward to the next one. We appreciate you watching. You've been checking out Villages Buffalo Soccer right here on the Villages Buffalo Soccer Network.